Hey guys, so today I'm going to be mostly out of the camera shot, just my hands. I'm starting a work in progress here. I have already drafted the initial pattern and done one mock-up fitting with this client. But today I am going to be altering the pattern that you see here. And so I'm going to just show you guys my process of how I do that step by step. And then in future videos, we will be doing other shots of this corset. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. So as you guys can see, I've got all of these pieces. There are 8 in total. I have my mock-up over here that I have marked on this. I tried it on her and I marked the adjustments that I need to make. So I'm going to use those marks to essentially correct this corset pattern so that I can make a second mock-up for her. So the way that I do this, and you'll just need a few pieces of things for this. Sorry, a few things for this. You need a pencil. Do not use a pen. You want to be able to erase your lines. You need a eraser, obviously. And I have a Sharpie so that I can write on my pieces, just like these ones, the number of the panel and my notes. And then obviously you will need a pair of paper scissors. You don't need pins, but these are holding the paper down. So without further ado, basically what I do is I take my existing piece and I lay it on fresh paper and I trace it. So that's what we're gonna do over here. I'm just going to lay this piece down. Mark mine. And then after I've done that, I set the Sharpie down and now I'm going to start my alterations. So one of the things that I really need to do with this pattern is my client said that the waist intake was too low by about 1 inch. So I need to take in 1 inch on all of my waist intake spots. And then likewise, she was having a little bit of an issue with the bust line. So we need to increase the bust size just a tiny bit and take in the waist. So I'm gonna do that next. So the way that we do that is we take our pencil and we just start sketching basically. I know that sounds really alarming, but that's essentially what we're gonna do. And we definitely wanna do this step before we do any sort of adding of seam allowances. So I am going to go ahead and start doing that right now. So on my first piece here, I'm just gonna move this up. And I do find that it helps to remove your old lines as you go, because otherwise it's way too easy, guys, to just forget which one was old and which one was new. So I do recommend just erase those as you go. I swear it'll be a lot easier. One of the other things that she had mentioned is most of my corsets I create for people that have a very significant sway back. Like myself, I have a very sharp inward dip in my lower back. The person that this is for does not have that, so I am actually going to completely straighten her back corset panel where the grommets are, so that there is no more sway back there. So I've done that. Now I'm going to go back to altering waist intakes here. And try to be careful not to sketch too many lines. You don't want it to get jumbled, because if it starts getting jumbled, then you could alter your measurements, and that, it seems like it's not a big deal, but it can be. So we're just taking all of these intakes up, guys, by about 1 inch, and then erasing all of the lines, and I'm cleaning up these lines a little bit. And do bear in mind that I'm gonna go ahead and do a second mock-up with this pattern. I'm not gonna go straight to fabric, so it's not the end of the world if it still isn't perfect, but I do try to have a goal of 2 mock-ups or less for corsetry if I can. Stuff happens, you know, nobody's gonna be really, really upset. They want their piece to be good, just like you do. I have now adjusted the waist seams, so now all I need to do is just double check my mock-up and see exactly where I want the intake under her bust to be. She needs it to be a little bit more, so we're gonna alter that next. I'm gonna go up to the top edges here. We're gonna take those in. We're just adding a little bit more curve at the top. This really creates a nice cupped look at the very top of the corset. You don't want to overdo this, but you definitely want a nice curve. Is to add seam allowance to all of these panels, and then what I will do is I will take my Sharpie again, which I've lost, there it is, and I'll go ahead and just mark whose this is, version 2, since this is version 2, and then I'll put center back here and center front here, just so that I know what that is. So that's the plan. So this is how you alter a corset mock-up, really quick and easy. Just trace everything, use your mock-up to make your alterations, and then add your seam allowance if you want to. I personally recommend it, but you don't have to, and then cut it out. I think we'll call it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please tune in for the next video. If you really like this, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell. I would love some likes too. share with your friends. I would love to see you back here. Thanks for watching and have a great day.